What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got for you 2 relationship drama Reddit stories which you're gonna love. Both quirky little fun stories, I'd say, with potentially the best ever update in today's second episode. You're not going to want to miss it. Sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and go on to enjoy these 2 stories. Let's get into the first. My boyfriend keeps letting his friend come on our dates. Okay, how we got into this predicament in the first place is that my boyfriend just really likes his friend, Liam. He's like a brother to him. He saved his life once, etc. But he's on all our dates. I even brought one of my single dates on a date so we could double, and Liam and her don't date, so that failed. I've honestly asked my boyfriend, why is Liam on our dates? And he says that Liam is lonely, has nobody else, and he has no siblings or girlfriend. But then my boyfriend kind of guilts me because, and I know this sounds awful, Liam is the frickin' package for guilt. His mum died when he was young, then his dad and him don't talk anymore, so Liam just doesn't have anyone else to talk to. I honestly think my boyfriend is guilt-tripping me, and I don't think I can do this relationship anymore. If nothing changes, I'm leaving. This has gone on for 3 months. Like, sure, I feel bad for Liam, but I don't really know him, and it's not my problem. It's also not just dates, but movie nights, he's here. Going to the mall, he's there. Where is he not? Also, I know this sounds made up, I still can't believe it, but it is very much real, and I basically just need validation that it's okay to break up with my boyfriend over this. Okay, somebody commented, before ending it, and you are fully validated on doing this, by the way, based on your post, have you put your foot down? Why don't you plan dates and tell him his friend is not invited, period? OP replied saying, I have, but as I said in the post, he always guilt trips me into letting him come. Saying this out loud, it kind of just made me realize he's manipulative. Somebody else said, it's okay to break up. You didn't sign up to be the third wheel in your own relationship. He can spend as much time with Liam as he wants as a single dude. OP left a little edit as well at the bottom of this saying, I called my soon-to-be ex-boyfriend to meet up and I'm gonna break up with him. I'm gonna tell him the exact reason, honestly. I swear, if Liam is there though, I'm not considering the possibility of not breaking up with him. It's not even just because of Liam, it's that he manipulates me into letting Liam come. I mean, yeah, from my perspective here, given that you have put your foot down, and maybe you've done as much as you can here to say, listen, I'm going to break up with you unless you stop bringing Liam to our dates. There's ample time, by the way, in the week to see Liam not with me and not on our dates. Then I'm going to have to break up with you. But if you haven't given him that chance yet, then I would do that first. But it sounds like you have. Anyway, on the same day, we got the following update. I broke up with my ex. I'm going to call him Xavier. I went to where we agreed to meet up. And guess who he brought with him? You guessed it, Liam. I was very annoyed at this point. I told him I wanted to speak with him privately, and he brings freaking Liam. It's very uncomfortable to break up with someone in front of their best friend, but I was too annoyed. I told him, I said I wanted to speak privately. He said, say it in front of Liam. Eventually, I just got annoyed and say, well, that's it. I don't want Liam always here in our private life, on dates, everywhere. He basically said, remember what I told you about Liam's circumstance? Blah, blah, blah. I said something like, I'm sorry, but I don't give an F about what Liam's going through right now. This is about me breaking up with you. Meanwhile, Liam is just standing there, looking confused. I'll get back to this later. So we basically get into a fight in this park, and it gets to the point where I tell him that he manipulates me into not kicking Liam out of our dates, and about everything he told me Liam went through. Like a brother to Xavier, saving his life, dead mum, dad absent, no siblings, friends, or girlfriend. And then Xavier looks like he got caught or something, and Liam gets angry, saying what did you tell her? This is all really funny and really awful at the same time, because it turns out that none of what Xavier told me was true. Liam has a fiance, has a real brother and sister, and his mum isn't dead. So anyway, I definitely broke up with Xavier. 40 minutes later, Liam DMs me, basically saying that Xavier told Liam that I wasn't comfortable being alone with Xavier, and that he thought I wanted him to be on the dates. Sir, what? He said the reason why he agreed is because his fiancée is living in Europe to finish up her study abroad program, and he had nothing better to do. So Xavier's just a flat out liar. I'm glad I broke up with him. Mad I got lied to, but oh well. This was honestly not a turn of events I was expecting, and I've got to get it out somewhere. Okay, wow. Interesting start to this episode, and what an interesting story. The only thing that I can think is going on here is that maybe Xavier, by the way, I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I think it's Xavier, isn't it? Was doing this in a sneaky way to actually go on dates with Liam without him, Liam, knowing that he was on a date with Xavier. Maybe he wanted to go on dates with you as well, but I'm not actually sure he did. Maybe this was just a sort of way for him to go on dates with Liam, but why would you be there? You don't need to be there. I guess he said that he didn't feel comfortable with you, but then surely from Liam's perspective, he's like, why are you seeing somebody you don't feel comfortable with? Like, let me say this. Liam is not off the hook here. I still think he's been very weird in this story. Like, if my mate was like, oh mate, can you just keep coming to all my dates with my girlfriend? I'd be like, no, you weirdo. That would be the weirdest thing ever. So, what? I wouldn't say, oh yeah, I'm bored, I'll come on all your dates. Liam's really weird, actually, now that I think about it. Xavier is obviously the weirdest guy in all of this. And you made the right decision by breaking up with the pair of them, it seems like. What a strange story. I mean, just looking through the comments, somebody's comment, which is one of the top comments here with over 5,000 upvotes, is just, what the fuck? Okay, what a strange post to start today's proceedings. Now let's get into our second. Am I the jerk for not letting my co-worker stay at my place, even though I have the space? So, I, a 23-year-old woman, live alone in a small 2-bedroom house. One room is mine, the other is basically my everything room. It's my office, my closet, storage. Sometimes I just lay on the floor in there and stare at the ceiling when life sucks. It is not a guest room. I've lived with horrible roommates before, so I worked really hard to be able to afford my own place. And I love having my space. It's literally my safe little bubble. Anyways, one of my co-workers, who was 25, got into a huge fight with her roommates and they kicked her out. She was venting at work and I felt bad and was like, that sucks, oh my god. And I even sent her a few places to look at. I was trying to be helpful without inviting chaos into my life, you know? Well, later that night she texted me saying, hey, I was thinking maybe I could just crash with you for a few weeks since you live alone and have the space. I literally got that sinking feeling in my chest. No. I'm not even close to her. Yeah, we're cool at work, but we've never even hung out outside of lunch breaks and complaining about our boss. She doesn't know anything about me, and I don't know her like that. Why would she live in my house? So I replied super politely like, I totally get that you're going through it, but I really value my space, and I'm just not in a place where I can have someone stay with me. Like, I was nice. I didn't ghost her. I didn't ignore her. I just said no. Next day, she's acting really weird. Then another co-worker tells me she said I let her be homeless when I have an entire room to myself. Like, girl. First of all, she's staying at her boyfriend's place. Secondly, I pay to live alone. That's the whole point. I don't want to feel tense or uncomfortable in my own space. I don't want to tiptoe around a person I barely know. And I definitely don't want to deal with just a few weeks turning into, I'm looking but nothing's coming through yet for 2 months. Now people at work are acting like I'm the bad guy. I'm sorry for not letting a co-worker move into my apartment because she had a bad fight. I don't know. I feel bad, but like, also, no. So, am I the jerk? Now, someone in the comments said, you're obviously not the jerk here. I don't understand why a co-worker would feel entitled to your home. That's truly bizarre. Her life is not your responsibility. I mean, I could maybe get it if you were super close and good long-term friends with a deep connection, but a casual co-worker? OP replied, yeah, literally just a casual co-worker. I don't get it. Somebody else said, anyone makes that comment against you, OP, you say, I'll let my co-worker know that you're volunteering your space to them. That's so kind of you. Aye, Captain, OP said. Someone else said, you're not the jerk. You don't need to find out firsthand why her roommates and boyfriend don't want to live with her either. That's a very good point. I mean, that is the main thing here. Like, if her own boyfriend isn't taking her in when she's in trouble, then obviously there's something wrong there. OP said, I'm definitely understanding it now, seeing the reaction after saying no. I'm a homebody and I really enjoy my personal space, given the fact I work 2 jobs and my home is my only carefree space. And ultimately, you were really nice about it. You didn't have to be as nice as that. You could have just said, no, sorry, I love living alone, and I've paid a lot of money to have a spare room for myself, and I don't want to give it to anyone else. Simple as that. Somebody else said similar, like for the co-workers saying you're letting the girl be homeless, etc. Do you see them offering a place for her to crash? Exactly. OP said, it's only because I work my tail off with 2 jobs to have the extra space. It would feel pointless if I just handed that free space away. Somebody else said, this person isn't a friend or family. Why doesn't she just get an Airbnb or motel? That's what I was thinking, OP replied. If she's in such a horrible spot, I'd even help her pay for a night or 2. If it was family or my best friend, it would be a different story. But for added context, I've only been working at this job for 6 months. Also, it's worth mentioning, I think you made a great point here, that it's actually very likely that a couple of weeks would then turn into a couple of months. That sort of situation, as soon as somebody actually has a place, they're going to be less incentivized, especially looking at this person and seeing how she is, to get another place and move out and pay for somewhere else, to be honest. So I just would never do this. Finally, before we get into the update here, somebody said, you said people at work are acting like you're the bad guy. Has anyone said anything to you about the situation? OP said, it's always something like, well, I would if I lived by myself. I would if I had the space. I've had a similar situation happen to me and it sucks really bad, which is why I sent her listings. Not sure how that equated to let me live with you, but it does seem like my reasonings of wanting to be alone are somehow invalidated. It's like they think my free room didn't come at a cost. They probably just don't understand it from your perspective. They're just too obtuse to understand that you work so hard in order to have that extra space. It's like you put in the work for that room. It's not that you just happen to have it and you're not giving it out because you're selfish. No, that is why you've worked so hard and continue to work 2 jobs. Now, the next day we got this update. She went to jail. Lol. Don't know what happened, but I feel horrible to say I laughed. Well, that solves that issue. Oh my goodness, but that is one of the best updates ever. It's just 1 line. That is it. Now, OP has left a little edit to highlight her favorite comment, which was, go up to the people that had something to say and tell them they're horrible for not bailing her out. Yeah, that's a very good point. But wow, that's the first time I've ever seen an update on this subreddit, which is literally just 1 line. That's about 20 words. Phenomenal. Now I want to know what happened. I mean, really, if you think about it, then this is just a win-win for everyone, right? Like, OP doesn't have to deal with her anymore and doesn't have to be badgered by her for her free room or other people in the company saying, come on, you've got the space, man, just do it. And importantly, the co-worker now has a place to stay. So everyone's a winner. Great news. What a conclusion. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. 2 funny stories there. Second one, I just really want to know what happened. Why is she in jail? I want to know. Did she try and steal someone's house or just lodge illegally? I kind of feel like that's maybe what happened, but who knows? An interesting woman nonetheless. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want even more relationship drama straight away, check out this episode on screen and subscribe to my channel if you're new and turn notifications on, because tomorrow I'll be back with some more Reddit content.